Hi, nice to be with you again. Well, I'm sure you've heard the good news, and that's about stage 2 of the Gold Coast Light Rail. But before I touch on that, I know you're also interested in the Gold Coast property market, so I'm really happy to report some fantastic news. Last Thursday, our company held our monthly in-room auctions, and the results were incredibly strong. 30 properties sold through the auction program for $22.6 million. The atmosphere in the room was incredible, a real buzz. Our sellers were there to complete the sale of their properties and move on to the next phase in their lives. But the buyers were there in great numbers and showed their confidence and belief in the Gold Coast real estate market. The norm was for there to be anywhere between 4 and 10 bidders on each of the properties. And pleasingly, on behalf of our clients, the great majority of properties were receiving sale prices in excess of their reserves. An indication of that was that we helped to collectively raise an extra $1.5 million in sales prices on the day. Now, I haven't heard of 30 properties selling at auction on an auction day anywhere in the country in a mighty long time. And in fact, it might have been ourselves who set the previous record, where we sold 42 properties at an auction back during the last boom. I believe this is a real indication. Now, there's been the odd major sale around the country that's produced results similar to that, but they're not 30 properties with 30 different owners. So it really was a landmark achievement last Thursday, and it bodes well for the last weeks of 2015 and as we gear up for our internationally recognised event auction that we hold in January of each year. And we're already taking strong bookings for the sellers wanting to be part of that event. Now back to the light rail. The good news is that stage 2, which is the connection from the University Hospital all the way through the heavy rail at Helensvale, has now been given the green light. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull announced on a visit to the Gold Coast just last weekend that the federal government would put in the additional funds required in order to get the project up and running and completed in time for the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Now, this is vital infrastructure that will help ease the traffic congestion on the M1, which is now reaching maximum capacity. Apart from the fact that the city is growing, putting more cars on the road, the Gold Coast is really, beyond question, going through a massive transformation. And it's now firing on all cylinders, back as a tourist destination. Talking this week with Mantra, Australia's largest accommodation providers, they confirm that they are recording the highest occupation levels and that the Gold Coast is in hot demand. For those thinking about holidaying here in the next 3 months, get on the phone and get those booking ins, because the Gold Coast is filling quickly, and undoubtedly this Christmas New Year period will be our biggest season in the Gold Coast history. There's no question that the falling Australian dollar has contributed a significant improvement in this, as people turn their back on the alternatives such as Bali and Phuket. And pleasing, everybody that's staying here at the moment is raving about the Gold Coast. We just had a long weekend a fortnight ago, and the streets were full with happy tourists. We're all amazed at how sparkling the city was looking, and how many more terrific restaurants have now opened, and how the city of the Gold Coast is alive and well. So all of the stars are certainly coming into alignment for the Gold Coast, and it is of no surprise that so many property forecasters, are now falling in line with our forecast from a year ago that this is the market to get into. We were lagging behind the rest of Australia at the commencement of this year, but now it's our turn, and you've got to get in and get behind it. By the way, if you want any information about the Event 2016 auction, which is one of the country's standout real estate events each year, which we're proud to host, then the contact details are on screen now. Also, I'll take this opportunity to just give you one final reminder about our big V8 supercar business lunch. It's on Thursday, the 22nd of October, only a couple of weeks away. And details are on our screen once again if you want to get any last minute bookings in. It's a great fun day, part of that V8 program. And of course, you can come as a single, you can come as a couple, or you can take a whole table. We'd love to have you there. It's the Gold Coast community coming together for a really fun event on the Gold Coast. So all the very best from a very buzzy Gold Coast, and look forward to seeing you in a fortnight's time.